Is this thing on? Oh, it is. Hey. Okay, you guys cannot see me that well. Okay, wait. So today I'm in my bedroom where I sleep. So today we'll be having some story time with me. So I have only 2 books with me, but in my next video I hope I can make some more, get some more books and do some more stories. So there's 2 stories and one of them is my favorite story of them all. So this will be for the last one. I got that book from Canada, okay? So first we're gonna start this one. If you can read what is written here, please write it down in the comments. I have no idea what's written here. This collection stories on personal safety. Okay, got it now. Okay, first we're gonna read The Silly Stunt. It is my favorite story from this book and it is on page 34. Let's go to page 34. 34, 34, 34, 34, 34. I can't find 34, guys. If you guys have this book, please write it down in the comments as well. Okay, I found it. The Silly Stunt. Okay. Oh guys, I am gonna be right back. Wait just a moment. Okay guys, I'm back. Sorry about that. I was back. My brother is literally bothering here. Never mind. A silly stunt. A silly stunt. See? Look. Ah, look, there's a boy and their parents in a car. Okay. It was a durian season. Again, Mr. Tan decided to visit his friend Pak Kasim, who owned a durian orchard in the countryside. Therefore, that sunny morning, he took a leisure. I have no idea what these words are, but if you can read them, and please tell me what all of these words even mean, so I can understand. Drive along a winding road to Pak Kasim's orchard. He brought along his wife Jannat and youngest son Mark. Mr. Tan and Jannat were chatting happily as they recalled the last time they had tasted. What? Guys, look at this. Like, what word is this? Is it tasted or tasted? Well, I'm gonna say tasted. Pak Kasim's durian. Meanwhile, sitting alone behind them, Mark was having some fun of his own. He tore up some tissue papers into small pieces. Then he wound down the window and threw them out. He stood up and popped his head out to watch the tissues fly away. Whoopee! This is literally, man! Look! He's literally throwing. I don't. Can you even see this? Look. Can you see these small papers flying? Can please go? Can please go? Please go. So, as you can see, there's some like flowers thingies right here, and these are like tissue papers. So these are tissue papers actually. Whoopee! Whoopee! He shouted excitedly, waved his hand in the air. The driver of an oncoming car sounded his horn repeatedly. Mark, sit down! Mark, sit down! Jannat yelled as she gave Mark a yank, winding the window up. Mark said, "Sorry, Mom." You better say sorry. Sorry is a very important word. Mr. Tan soon turned his car into a narrow dirt road leading to Pak Kasim's orchard. They passed by a low rambutan trees were already fruiting. The red ripe rambutans bushed the sides of the car as they moved along. They are within my reach, Mark thought. So he wound down the car window again. Wow, this boy is unstoppable. Oh, and guys, if you think my hair is messy, sorry, I couldn't brush it. I was in a rush a little bit. Again, in the order to pluck some rambutans, he In his excitement, he stood up and put his head out. "No, sit down, Mark!" yelled out his mother. Too late! Mark was struck on the head by the branch. This man is in big trouble when he gets home. Mr. Tan immediately stopped the car. He and Zanat raced to Mark's side and checked on him. She asked anxiously, "Are you all right, Mark?" Mr. Tan saw a little bit of a cut on Mark's forehead. It was bleeding. Jannat got into the car and pressed the handkerchief on the cut. Mr. Tan quickly drove to Pak Qasim's house. Pak Qasim's wife cleaned the wound and put an antiseptic plaster on it. She said to Mark, Don't wind down the car window and put your head out. It could be dangerous." "Thank you, Auntie," said Mark politely. Loading their car in the Durin's Rambus, Pak Qasim said, Come again when you are free." Mr. Tan and Zana thanked them for hospitality before they headed home. So that is the story of Mark's silly stunt. Now, if you have this book, on the end of each story, there's a safety guide for parents and children. I'm going to read the one that is for children. If any parents If for any reason the windows are down, children must not put their heads out or hands out. I once heard a story that I've heard a story that this had happened once, and the person who did it. Okay. So now we are gonna read my favorite story, Far Away. From Far Away, actually, not just Far Away. Far Away. This story by Robert Munchen, art by Rebecca Green. Okay. Dear reading buddy, my name is Susan. I am 7 years old and I am in grade 2 now. I came from far away. This is going to be like hours of story because stories are very nice. The place we used to live in was very nice, but then war started. There was no food, my father said. We're getting shot at, my mother said. Bombs made holes in the walls. One day, a really big boom made our house roof fall. We have to leave, my father and mother said. Look at this! Susan is so cute, hugging her mom and dad, and curiously looking at that. My father left first and was gone for a long time. Then a letter came with plane tickets to a new country. I didn't like the plane. It made me sick. Nobody wanted to sit near me. In the new country, my father took me to a school and left me there. He said, "Be good and listen to your teacher." I listened to my teacher, but I didn't know what she was saying because she did not talk right. She was speaking in English and she must be a different language. Other kids tried to talk to me, but I was not able to answer. I didn't speak English. I had a buddy who showed me the school and played with me and recess, but she didn't understand what I tried to teach her. A rock game I knew back home. Oh, a rock game. At first, I didn't know how to say I wanted to go to the washroom, so I crawled out the door when the teacher wasn't looking. When I came back, I waited outside the door until someone opened it. Then I crawled back into my desk. Once I crawled into the washroom, I saw a paper skeleton in the hallway. Only did I not know what it was. I thought it was a skeleton was evil. I thought the people were going to start shooting each other here. I screamed a very good scream. Everybody came running and they thought someone was being killed in the bathroom. My teacher tried to tell me that the skeleton wasn't real. It was made of paper and it was going to be used in the school play. I didn't understand. She jumped in and down and danced around to explain the play just for fun, but I thought the skeleton made her crazy and I screamed louder. My teacher hugged me just like my mother would. I didn't know how to say I'm so scared, but the big tear that went out of my eyes said it for me. I decided the whole school was crazy and I didn't want to stay here, but my father said I had to. He said the people here are not going to start shooting each other. I had bad dreams about skeletons for a long time after that, but finally I began to talk a little by little. I learned enough English to make friends and school started to be fun. Now I am in grade 2 and best reader and speller in the class. I read and write a lot of stories. The teacher complaining that I never quit. Talk, 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 read. So far, my favorite part of grade 2 is the trip to our class took to zoo. We got to see the pandas, monkeys, and eat peas, and nobody shot at us the whole time. That was fun. That will be very fun. Wait. I decided that my new country is a nice place, so I changed my name to Susan Susan. My mother told me to change it back. My teacher moved her from our school, so I saw her in the mall once and ran to her and hugged her. She was my first teacher in this country and helped me a lot. And now the last question is, where are you from, reading buddy? And this is a note from Susan today. Susan in 1995. This is the real Susan. This is the real girl. So this story was actually real, and that's why this is my favorite story. If you guys have any of these 2 books, please write it down in the comments and tell me your favorite story. Bye! Don't forget to subscribe.